What an honor it is for me to welcome you to Concord Christian School. I'm Donald Snyder, and I serve as the head of school at Concord. Founded in 1995 as a ministry of First Baptist Concord to promote biblically integrated education. Our campus is a close-knit community where each student is valued and encouraged to discover and use their God-given gifts and talents in the academics, the athletics, and the fine arts. Our mission at Concord Christian is to inspire students to follow Jesus by equipping them to serve, lead, and transform their world. 2020 has made for an interesting year in education. Our faculty have had to adapt their teaching styles to position our students for academic success, whether in the classroom or learning virtually. I am proud of the way our teachers have responded to this challenge. Our faculty has a combined teaching experience of 777 years, with an average of 14 years per teacher. The metric is impressive by anyone's standards and speaks volumes about our level of commitment to Christian education. 2020 has also been a refining year for us to evaluate leadership and how we are equipping our students to be the next generation of Christian leaders. New to the 8th grade this year is our Lions Leadership Initiative, which lays the framework for what Christian leadership is by inspiring students to explore leadership traits such as integrity, service, and courage. We are very excited about this new initiative. This program is just one of the many ways we endeavor to inspire students to follow Jesus by equipping them to serve, lead, and transform their world. Our leadership is praying for your family as you navigate your school search. If I can be any of assistance to you in any way, please do not hesitate to contact me. And remember, it's a great day to be a Lion.
I'm John Mark Harrison, Senior Pastor at First Baptist Concord. At Concord Christian School, we're committed to kingdom education. Kingdom education is equipping the next generation of students through a curriculum that champions a biblical worldview. Kingdom education is a lifelong, biblically based, Christ-centered process of leading children to Christ, then building them up and equipping them to serve Him. It requires that the home, the school, and the church work together to pursue the ultimate goal of developing mature disciples of Jesus Christ. We're completely committed to this dream. So much so that this past year, we welcomed Jamie DeWald as our CCS pastor. His role in our ministry is a critical one, and he's dedicated to helping meet the spiritual needs of students, families, and the faculty of Concord Christian School. I'm so glad that you're engaging with us today and can't wait for you to experience Concord Christian School.
Hi, I'm Nathan Pfeiffer, and I am privileged to serve as the high school principal. It is my desire to provide an educational experience that strengthens each student's walk with Christ and prepares them to make a difference in the world. At Concord, we are blessed with an experienced and dedicated staff who inspire students to follow Jesus on the road to academic and personal excellence. We strive to develop students who think critically and are confident, lifelong learners. Our faculty weave the gospel throughout their instruction while also providing a robust academic environment that permits our students to reach their full potential. Concord graduates enter their future prepared to answer God's call on their life. They consistently express their time at CCS is full of caring and supportive relationships with our faculty. I'm so proud to share that our class of 2020 students were awarded a total of $3.2 million in scholarship. That is an average of $90,000 per student. They are currently attending colleges all over the nation and pursuing studies in careers that range from ministry, genetics, and law. Thank you for your interest in CCS. One of the best things, and it's been proven through our exit interviews with our seniors on what they reply and ask or reply to my questions. It's been proven through them that their number one favorite thing about Concord Christian is the relationships that they have with the faculty and with the students. So the community, the Christian community that we have, is a caring and loving community, and I really feel that That's our number one here at Concord Christian. You know, we offer a lot of things, but that's number one on the list. COVID time has been tough because we've had a lot of alumni that have come through and want to come in the building, and we can't let them. But yeah, they come back, which is awesome to see. They come back to see our faculty. They constantly email and keep in touch. And so that's, you know, when I hear those stories from our faculty and I see those students come back, I think I've seen here at you know, Christmas break, a lot of the students are back, and I've already seen at least 5 or 6 alumni, and just asking how things are going and wanting to come in to see how we're doing. On my exit interviews, one of the questions is, do you feel like Concord has prepared you for college? And I mean, 90% of the time I have straight out answers that say, hey, Concord has prepared me. So then the question is, when they come back, is, hey, how are you doing? How are you doing there at your university? Do you feel like you're prepared? And I have not had one student say, no, I wasn't prepared. I have had all of them say, hey, I'm making A's and B's. I'm doing very well. I'm very appreciative of what Concord provided for me. And that's, you know, that's really a blessing to hear, something that makes me feel great, and I'm just thankful that Concord is putting students out that can do that. You know, and one of the neat things too is here immediately is this, as the seniors get accepted at different colleges, and a lot of them get accepted at 4, 5, 6 colleges, and just to have them run up, you know, and say, hey, Mr. Piper, I've been accepted to the Coast Guard, or I've been accepted to the Air Force Academy, or I've been accepted to the University of Washington. You know, is a great blessing. Just makes my job fun. You know, we strive for that. We want our students to go where they want to go, and it's just neat to watch. Neat to watch them light up and say, hey, I got accepted in the place I wanted to go. I think our faculty are very attentive to listening to our students, and then taking the time. They take the time to, you know, pour into them a little bit more, especially if the student's willing. Our faculty are ready. You know, this is a calling for them, and you know, the opportunity. You know, they know their subjects. They're smart as they can be. They know what they're teaching, but the opportunity to share Christ or to help a student who's struggling, that's why they do this, and that happens a lot. Our teachers are willing and ready to take extra time to help our students.
I'm very passionate about the arts at Concord, and first of all because the school supports the arts, not only in our finances but also with the people and the supplies, whatever we need that they get for us. We are very passionate as teachers, and that we are all performing artists, or we are in our craft, do what we do, whether it's we sing or whether we draw, whatever, we're doing that. So we want to put that upon our students as well, and let them feel our passion that we have for the arts, and hopefully it carries through to them. 60–80% of our high school students choose to take the fine arts, or involved in the fine arts area in high school. They only have to have 1 fine arts credit to graduate. Our students have an amazing opportunity when they get to high school to be part of the fine arts department. They can do band, chorus, theater arts, or visual arts. Not only can they take it 1 year, they have the opportunity to be a part of those programs all their 4 years in high school, and continuing with their craft and honing their craft. And we have several students that will go on to perform in college, and some will major in art, some will minor, or they'll be marching band on those other schools as well. In the visual arts area of the Fine Arts Department alone, they can do photography, they can do art 1 through 4, 4th year's an honors class. And so they have a lot of opportunity, and every year they just build up on their own skills, 4th year is amazing because that's really for those students who really want to go on to college, and gives them the opportunity to build their portfolio. So many students continue on all 4 years, and when they come into high school, they go straight to the guidance counselor and they're like, I want to make sure I get this all 4 years. They're that passionate about it. And the way it carries into their other areas is that as artists, in whatever field that we're in, we're problem solvers and we're imaginative thinkers, and that carries over into all their other subjects as well. We learn to see details, and whether they're doing a math problem or whether they're drawing, they see those extra details that carries on into their academics, other academic areas. We were very fortunate this year that we had a student that there was the Songbird Museum in Chattanooga and the Dogwood Arts Festival combined together to offer a contest. And what it was about was all the students in East Tennessee had an opportunity to design a guitar, the graphics of a guitar, and we had one of the students to win. There were only 15 in all of East Tennessee. One of our students designed that guitar and was amazing. They're going to auction it off and later on this year.
I'm Carmen Hochaber, Assistant Athletic Director and Head of the Volleyball Program.
Hello, my name is Mike Wilkins, the Assistant Athletic Director and Head of Basketball Program. The goal of the Athletic Department is to provide an environment of excellence through discipline, perseverance, and dedication to our students that will both glorify God and also provide valuable life lessons. We believe these lessons are essential to best prepare students as they enter the world beyond high school.
Coaches are key to our athletics. Mike and I have worked really hard to bond coaches, to meet with coaches, to hear what their likes and dislikes are, because if we can get all coaches on the same page, we are going to have a more unit of coaches doing the same thing moving forward to build that cornerstone of culture that we want here at Concord.
I think here at Concord Christian, we're definitely we're growing. Our coaches that we have in place are doing an excellent job with player development. We're focusing on teaching these kids in a Christian atmosphere how to compete and how to be successful. And also we're growing, so we're looking to expand our athletics and our facilities.
My philosophy too is to instill something that's bigger than themselves, to teach them discipline, drive, and sacrifice. And I think sometimes kids need to know that they have to sacrifice things to be good, and to just lead them to be strong leaders on and off the court and to give God the glory.
I believe player development is huge. We can't ask anybody to be successful if we don't prepare them to be successful. So here at Concord, we do want our athletes to be in the gym, on the field, whatever sport they play. We want to be able to make sure that we're giving them the tools to be able to be successful. So player development is huge in any sport. And here at Concord, we've got the tools to help these kids be successful. We got the coaches in place, so we're just excited to help these kids. We have a really good staff. Our athletic trainer, Anna Hamilton, has been huge here. She not only takes care of the players with injuries, but she's also a great person to talk to. She really builds a relationship with these kids so she can get to know them and get to know what their injury is like and what their pain tolerance is, what they can or can't do. So in regards to injuries or anything like that, you know, we've really got a great person for that. I think, you know, with these kids, they're always going through different situations, and if they don't have God in their life, then those situations are going to be a little bit more difficult. And I think as a coach, we can help them and lead them to rely more on God and to, you know, kind of get into the knowledge of just knowing that you don't have to deal with everything by yourself. You have people around you, you have people that are put in your life to help you through situations and be successful. And I think these young kids, they really rely on coaches, people around them, their teammates, to help them. And that's one of the best things about athletics is outside of your family, you have another family. You have people to lean on, people to talk to. So not only coaches, but players, players in different sports, just athletics in general just creates a family environment, and that's a really positive thing.
I try to instill in them something that's bigger than volleyball. We talk a lot about God. We give God the glory for all our wins and losses, and that's hard to do. But I think there's lessons to be learned in those losses, much more than the wins, and to just stay focused and disciplined through the ups and downs.
I've been at Concord since kindergarten, and I am now in 11th grade. I'm a junior. I really like forensics. Right now we're working on our midterm and we're making our own crime scenes. So we're like having to put together evidence and then like connecting like suspects to like the crime. And then we also do like flame tests, so like figuring out how chemicals relate to the crime scene and like how to identify different chemicals through like flames. And that's kind of cool because they like change colors. I just finished soccer and then I'm playing basketball currently, and I don't know what I'll be playing in the spring, either tennis or softball. I think it's the like inclusiveness that our school has the ability to bring to their sports, because we are a smaller school, so it definitely involves everybody to be able to make that team aspect. And I think that's like the best part, is how like close you can get as a team because you are so small and focused on individual players. Coach Jennings is definitely one of my favorite soccer coaches I've had. He has a lot of passion for what he does, and you can tell that he cares, and he always like opens and closes with prayers and stuff, so that also like brings in the aspect of Christianity. I see sports as a way to be able to work with others and maybe also find a point of view or their point of view to like, because when you're sharing the gospel, you have to be able to understand where they're coming from. And definitely working as a team, you better learn how to work with people and what their thoughts are. So that definitely helps me build that connection with others when sharing Christ. And then academic-wise, I mean, I'm increasing my knowledge of Christ like in Bible class. So I'm able to like better describe what our faith is to those people.
I've been doing theater since the 6th grade, which is the earliest that you can do theater at CCS. And if you ask me to pick a favorite moment, I've got a lot to filter through, but I think it might be the most memorable because it was the first, but the very first show we ever did at Concord, was Seussified Christmas Carol, which was just a Dr. Seuss version of the classic Christmas Carol story. And I played the role of the Ghost of Christmases Past. I gotta say, with pretty much every class I've been in, there's definitely been an adequate amount of biblical integration. What comes to mind immediately was the environmental science class that I took in junior year, because in environmental science we talked a lot about just how the world comes to be and stuff, and with just the world's culture, and I guess American culture, a lot of that is very secular. We didn't shy away from any secular points of view. We really addressed everything and got the full picture, but we always made sure to look at the God angle of things and to know what was true. So I really enjoyed that class because I didn't feel like I was uneducated about the way the world felt about things, but I also felt like I definitely knew what my faith was and how to defend my faith in that angle. I've also really enjoyed my boys' senior Bible class this year with Mr. Stevens. Really just a great class for introspection and learning how to lead a better Christian life, and also how to kind of cope with it when you don't.
I would say a lot of my super positive memories came from sports. Probably my most, inspiring memory as far as sports goes was qualifying for state in 100 butterfly, which was the event I raced with swimming. And that's only because I just felt like we had a really good team environment with swimming my senior year, and so being able to train really hard for that and hit that goal was a really positive experience. And then we went to the state competition with a couple of other qualifiers, and that was a pretty excellent experience. So yeah, I would say as far as my most positive experience, that is probably it.
I really enjoyed our spiritual retreats. Those were unbelievably influential on my spiritual journey as well as my calling into ministry. I had kind of a blanket. I really enjoyed all the extracurriculars. I was very involved in many different parts of Concord. I was part of a cross-country team, and that was the only sport I did. And I was the worship leader. I was head of the worship team here. And I was also part of SGA as their chaplain, and then NHS as the president my senior year. Yeah, actually, Coach Minot was a really good mentor to me. He served as a worship pastor and a student pastor before, and that's kind of my calling area in my life. And he was a really good mentor to me, teaching me, more about those pastoral care, and also like music and worship as well, as a high schooler.
I would say definitely the sports thing. That was a great opportunity, just being able to be involved in a lot of sports. But as far as leadership positions go, again, in the same way that sports are, it's a smaller body of students to choose from, and so there's statistically going to be only a few outliers, and so if you're willing to step up and be a leader amongst your classmates, you can really hold a lot of leadership positions here and develop a really excellent resume. And I would say me being able to do that and be involved in a lot of different clubs and hold many different leadership positions is what led to me getting college acceptances and good scholarships and stuff like that. And so I would say as far as opportunity at Concord, there are many leadership opportunities really in every club for everyone if they're willing to pursue it and do the necessary things to obtain those leadership positions.
In high school, I definitely thought I was going to be like a worship pastor. And it's come to my attention recently that God's leading me more into the production realm of worship production. While I've been in college, I've become a sound engineer, and right now I actually run I direct all of the live streams and broadcasts for Samford University. And I've realized that's an amazing thing. I enjoy it, I'm good at it, and so as soon as I graduate college, I'm going to, fingers crossed, find something in that realm with a church that has a really, really great broadcast ministry.
I would say a major advantage that I had when I was in the later years at Concord was tremendous help from the guidance office. And I know that there's recently been a transition between guidance counselors, but I doubt that will make too big of a difference. But when I was at Concord, I had just amazing help from the guidance office at all times. So I have a lot of friends that went to other private schools and other public schools, and one of the biggest factors that led them to not apply for certain scholarships or apply to even some schools was it being so, or I guess their guidance office being so inaccessible. And so me having, both a good relationship with my guidance counselor and a lot of resources and meetings and stuff set up by Concord that, gave me a lot more information. I was very prepared going into my application process, and I definitely think that Concord helped me out tremendously in developing my resume and making sure I was doing things that would look good on my college resume prior to even applying.
I definitely believe, not only in terms of a Christian education, but Concord specifically, one of the best things I had about Concord was just how involved the teachers are, in the students, spiritual lives. It was crazy to me that I could, finish a history class and then, have, a spiritual conversation with that same teacher, within 10 minutes of the class ending. I do not believe, I could have gotten that from a public school, and I really enjoyed the class sizes here at Concord.
Hi, I'm Emily Sloan, Director of Admissions here at Concord Christian School. I wanted to share with you 3 compelling reasons to choose Concord. Our academics are intentionally aligned kindergarten through 12th grade to prepare each child for future college and career. Each day, our students are discipled and mentored through their teachers and coaches. Concord isn't just preparing students for acceptance into great colleges, but is molding and positioning them to be servant leaders who will confidently transform their world and advance the cause of Christ. I love meeting new families, but the most rewarding part of my job is to see the students blossom here at Concord. I see them in the hallways, on the field, games, stages, concerts, and it's just so great to see them to be joy-filled, Christ-centered young adults. I look forward to walking you through the admissions process.